In the Jurgen Klopp era, they were famous for their press, Liverpool. This is not that same team. They are different and they do not press the same way. Crystal Palace are off to a fantastic start this season. They have 3 wins and 3 draws and have just beaten the champions 2-1 at home. Now, as for Liverpool, they came into this match with 5 straight victories. Everything was perfect. Or was it? Palace showed us that Liverpool have some major vulnerabilities. They just hadn't been seen yet. So what we're going to do in this video here is show you what Crystal Palace did, how brilliant they actually were throughout this match, and show you how they exposed some of Liverpool's biggest issues. Welcome to Campfire Football. I'm Sebastian North. Let's break down Crystal Palace versus Liverpool at Selhurst Park. Here's Crystal Palace's setup. It's pretty simple to see. Here you got Van Dijk switching a ball out to the far side looking for Connor Bradley. The player pressing him is Jean-Philippe Mateta. Jeremy Pino is the left midfielder and Ismail Assar is the right midfielder. Then in the middle, you've got Wharton and Kamada. Now, out on the left side, you've got Tyreek Mitchell, who's the left wing back, and he was charged with essentially man-marking Mo Salah. But if he needed to leave his post, Marc Guéhi would just slide over. So as Van Dijk hits this ball, thinking, oh, this is an easy one, I'm just going to play it wide looking for Connor Bradley, Tyreek Mitchell sees it, reads it, and starts running. So as Tyreek Mitchell gets this ball, he knocks it down. Pino gets to it first. Tyreek Mitchell keeps running. He gets the ball played to him on the underlapping run, gets into the box, and it's put out for a corner kick. And this is obviously where Crystal Palace would take the lead. Now, what's interesting is you can see Gravenberch here at the back post on his own. This ball gets swung up to him at the backside and hits it with the side of his face right there. Bounces right down in the middle. Sarr's like, well, I appreciate it. Bang. Goal. 1-0. Crystal Palace have the lead, and they were relentless after this. And why were they able to be so successful? Well, the pattern of the game was set, and it was set by them, really. They are the ones that controlled the way this match was being played. Once again, you can see their shape very, very clearly right here. Mateta, center forward, go and sort of lightly press Liverpool's back two. So when this ball gets to Konate, you see Pino is sort of trying to cut out a pass. This ball comes out to Bradley, but Pino does a good job of getting across. And now there's nothing on for Liverpool. Look at Mo Salah. He's being double marked by Marc Guéhi and Tyreek Mitchell. And that was the way they did this all game long. So Liverpool would be in these stretches of possession where they had the ball for like 30 seconds, not knowing where to go. And eventually they would dawdle. Konate takes a little too much time on the ball. Kamada steps up to him, strips him of it, and Jean-Philippe Mateta is in. And now look at this break by Crystal Palace. They have a 4-on-2. Mateta plays in Sarr. Sarr looks to the back post and plays it to Pino. That absolutely should have been a goal, but it was a fantastic piece of defense turned into attack by Crystal Palace. So what's Liverpool's big weakness anyways? Well, I think it's their press. In the Jurgen Klopp era, they were famous for their press, Liverpool. This is not that same team. They are different and they do not press the same way. So here, Lacroix coming out with the ball. No one's even coming close to him. But here's the thing about Crystal Palace. Yes, they played with a back 5 defensively, but right now it's a back 3. Where are those other 2 players? Mitchell and Munoz would step really high, and then you've got a line of 5 in the front. Lacroix hits the big ball over the top. It goes in behind, and Mitchell is there. He's the one that brings it down and crosses it and pulls it back. Who's the guy at the back post? The right wing back, Munoz, driving in, gets his left on it, and right at the last second, Alisson sees it and gets his arm on it and blocks it. So that was if Liverpool didn't press at all. If they just sat off, Crystal Palace could go over them. If they pressed, which they did a few times, and they were very bad at it, Crystal Palace just played right through them. So you can see here, Liverpool really only have 5 players even remotely close to the situation. Only 4 are in Crystal Palace's half. Crystal Palace have them massively outnumbered right here. It's not even a problem. So Kamada gets this ball, looks up, waits. He's got 2 players who are coming into him, both Wirtz and Isak, gets it off his foot. Richards is like, oh my God, look at the time that I've got and the options. So he just goes and plays the ball into midfield. Pino comes in, chests the ball. Wharton recognizes where he can get it. Yeah, just a little flick sombrero. And now Wharton's coming through, plays a great ball into Mateta. Mateta just way too strong for Konate, and he's in. And really, from here, he should score. But Alisson, again, making a huge save. Here's another example. Only 4 Liverpool players committed forward, and the press is half-hearted. As Lacroix gets this, all the players are just kind of cutting off passes, but no one's getting close enough to him to actually put him under real pressure. So he realizes, oh, I can't play it out to Guéhi. Okay, I'll just put it onto my right foot, look forward, and now I'll look for my target. And Szoboszlai is a little too advanced, so once the ball bypasses is him and Kamada, gets laid off by Mateta, right into the feet of Kamada, and he can drive forward. Now, he plays the ball out to Munoz, and Liverpool do come back here. So Munoz plays it into Wharton, who drops it to Chris Richards. Once again, though, look at this press from Liverpool. Once Adam Wharton plays this ball back, Liverpool's back line, they need to step up because you know at this point that Richards is facing back. He can't just hit one over you guys. Don't let this happen. Whips the ball to the other side to Gehi, and he strolls over the halfway line. Then you've got this situation. How do you pounce on a mistake? And if you pounce on mistakes, well, you can create chances. If you don't and your press is half-hearted, you concede opportunities. So Lacroix here tries to hit a ball out to the side and just gets way too far under it. I mean, he balloons this one way up in the air and makes it easy to challenge. So now you got a 50-50 over there. Right here is when Liverpool should have absolutely just squeezed. Szoboszlai could just go and double up on Kamada. McAllister, run out there. Kirkez, he's here on the left-hand side, but Sarr is his mark, who is just in the middle of the field. Kirkez could just go inside and help his teammates just squeeze and pinch in. Instead, none of that actually happens. And so Kamada runs away down the line, gets his head up, looks up, brings two players into him again, neither make a tackle, and he just pokes it out of his feet and gives it to Lacroix. And again, Lacroix looks up, and he's like, well, now I've got runners. Let's go ahead and play it through. And Ismail Assar, who came from the right side across to the middle, now makes a bursting run through down the left, and the ball gets to Wharton at the top of the box. And he chops it onto his left, but he doesn't have the space to shoot, so he just lays it off for Mateta. And this strike by Mateta, I mean, look where this goes. Hits the post right underneath the crossbar. Allison's nowhere near it. If that thing is just a little bit, like an inch over this way, goal. Here's another example. Mark Gehi gets the ball. Mo Salah just running in at him. Mo Salah's not cutting off any kind of passing option, and he's on his own. This is not the way you press, and Mark Gehi just sort of dribbles by him. Then Gehi gets his head up, and now Wirtz is like, oh, I need to come help. No, too late, Wirtz. You weren't covering Salah. Now you running in means that Gehi's just going to bypass you because you weren't even cutting off Kamada in the first place. He's got Sarr making a run straight through the middle of the Liverpool defense. He gets the ball to Pino, and the ball gets played across. And I mean, again, it's just so close to being a goal for Crystal Palace. So then Slot made some adjustments in the second half. So Slot took off Connor Bradley at right back. He put Szoboszlai out in that position, who we've seen this season. And the other thing was that he brought on Cody Gakpo. So Cody Gakpo went to left wing, and Wirtz came back into the 10 position. And this did look better for Liverpool. For what reason? Well, when you are able to do this and have a player like Szoboszlai on the field at right back, he can do multiple things. Not only can he whip crosses in from this deep position, he can cut the ball back onto his left and whip dangerous balls in. Also, you want Wirtz making runs into the middle. And here he is just ghosting in. The ball from Szoboszlai is perfect. Wirtz gets in there, and I mean, really, he should score. But this was part of the change, is that Szoboszlai can do this. He can also go into midfield if you want him to. And that did help a lot. Liverpool were able to create numbers up situations in the middle of the park because Crystal Palace only have two central midfielders. That's not a lot of guys, so you can overload them or just force them to drop so deep that now you can have all of the ball in their half and start creating opportunities. You also need to have a little bit of positional rotation. This is Curtis Jones here playing left back. You can see Kirkez advanced in the sort of internal channel. Then you've got Cody Gakpo out wide and Wirtz behind Kirkez. So Curtis Jones plays the ball into Kirkez and keeps his run going. No one actually follows Curtis Jones. Ball goes down the line to Gakpo, and now he's free. And who is he looking for? Go to the far side. That's where Szoboszlai is, and I think his first touch here is not good. If he takes it towards goal, he could have the choice of finishing anywhere on the target he wants or squaring it for someone. But when his touch goes here, he really cuts off his angle to be able to put it to the back post on the ground. Mitchell's blocking that. But Liverpool would find a way to get on the board. Here, Frimpong drops the ball back. Gravenberch just go ahead and drives it into the box. Crystal Palace aren't able to actually win it and clear it. The ball drops. Chiesa gets there first, and it's 1-1 with 5 minutes to go. And at this point, it felt really like a blow for Crystal Palace. In the end, Nketiah would get the winner. So Liverpool go for an attack. Crystal Palace come down the other end, and Eddie Nketiah plays this ball into the box. Now, it's not a very good pass. It's right to Milos Kirkez, and right here, he has a couple choices. One thing he could do is step through it, right foot, kick it out, game's over, 1-1. Or he could sort of lean towards the ball, let it run across his body because he has the space to do that, and dribble out to the other side. Instead, he just kind of panics and just kicks it out for a throw-in. Really bad idea when you've had to defend throw-ins like this all day. And basically, Crystal Palace just do what they've been doing. Launch that ball in there. Liverpool win the initial header. Will Hughes gets on the second one and wins it. And this is where Frimpong got a little too close. He just loses Nketiah. And Nketiah takes it down with his chest. Frimpong's playing catch-up. Ball gets smashed home, and Crystal Palace win the match. So it's a fantastic result for Crystal Palace, and no less than they deserve. They were terrific in this game in every single way. This wasn't just a smash and grab. They were excellent, and Oliver Glasner deserves a ton of credit. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets tapped up for the Chelsea job or Man United job by next summer, to be honest. Now, as for Liverpool, their press is not good, and many teams are going to pick that up and realize you can play through them. This was coming, and it's great to see Crystal Palace get this result. So I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Sebastian North. This is Campfire Football. Take it easy.